Hello, everyone. My name is Trent Jackson, and today, along with my group members Jenna Welch, Stormy Edwards, Victoria Davis, and Tanner Dashner, we will be presenting our Human Resources movie analysis on The Devil Wears Prada. This film is a perfect example of how leadership and HR practices can shape the entire culture of an organization. It shows what happens when communications break down, when feedback isn't given, and when employees don't feel valued or supported. Before we dive into the analysis, here's a quick overview of what we'll be discussing today. First, we'll start with an introduction to the movie and explain why The Devil Wears Prada provides such a strong example of human resources related challenges. After that, we'll identify the major HR issues and concepts we observed in a specific scene from the film, focusing on leadership behavior, employee competencies, and workplace culture. From there, our group will walk through 3 possible solutions we developed to address those issues. Each solution targets a different HR area, such as performance management, training and development, and job design. Then we will explain which solution we believe is the most effective overall and why it best addresses the root problems at Runway Magazine. Finally, we'll close things out with our conclusion, summarizing what we learned and how these changes could transform the work environment there.
So for the HR issue and concepts, the scene that we chose displays 2 key human resource concepts that starts with employees sharing new ideas for the spring edition of the magazine. In that scene, each idea was shot down almost immediately by Miranda simultaneously, while she humiliates the employees due to her lack of interest. The first key human resource issue is managing employee competencies. Career development is a key aspect of the movie, which is constantly being ripped away from the employees. When Miranda does not like the tone of her employees, she uses that as fuel to change her views about that person. Career development also includes onboard training, which was not provided to her employees, which led to him not being properly trained. And then the second key issue is managing employee attitude and behavior. The company failed at providing supporting job performance feedback. In the scene, when the ideas were shot down, no feedback was given as to why the ideas weren't good. This obviously makes the employees feel like they can't present new ideas because they all get shot down immediately. So she has an issue managing her employees that way. She constantly fails to manage the positive behaviors of her employees at the company by not giving the positive feedback that those employees need.
All right, so for solution number 1, we are proposing that we improve the performance management at the magazine. So specifically what this would look like is providing clear expectations for the employees. So this is going to help someone who gets hired to actually understand that this is my role, this is what I'm expected to do. From experience, I know that it's difficult to carry out a job if it's not clear what you're actually supposed to be doing. So the management would be able to provide all employees that come in with just a clear guideline of what they're going to be expected to do. This would also provide them with constant and constructive feedback. So not only are the employees at the magazine getting just straight negative feedback, but it's not very consistent and obviously not constructive. So we would suggest that they give consistent feedback and make sure, so weekly feedback based on performance, but make sure it's constructive so that they are encouraged to keep bringing forward ideas and being creative. And lastly, this would bring individual coaching to better carry out job responsibilities. So this means managers look directly at different people in different positions and they say, hey, this is something you can do better, or this is something that maybe, or this is what you're doing great, just different things that would be helpful for them to hear. So for solution number 2, we have just overall training and development. This kind of carries out from performance management, but this is pouring into someone when they're already in the job. So this would mean better communication skills. This would mean saying, again, carrying out those better expectations, and that can bring forward that better communication. This is on both sides. Someone who is working, an employee, will say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is what it seems to be going on, and then someone who is their manager or higher up would be like, okay, so from our side, this is what we see. And then, so also this provides the ability to provide and receive constructive feedback without feeling unsafe to bring forth ideas in the future. A big scene that we highlight in this project is when they're in a conference room and multiple employees are bringing forth ideas for a theme for the next magazine, and every idea is shot down. And the danger with this is that in the future they're not going to feel free to bring forward their ideas, and their creative liberty is going to be really tiny, small. They're not going to feel like they have much freedom, and they have to please specifically their boss rather than just letting the juices flow, because more times than not, if you are just throwing out creative ideas and you throw out a lot, you're going to get to one you like. But if you're scared to even throw out one, it's going to be much harder. And then productive development lets creativity drive workers rather than task-oriented structure. So this, again, going back to creativity, they're not just trying to check off a box, which especially in a magazine publication business, you need creativity. You can't just be checking off a box, because you're not going to get anyone's attention that way. So productive development, we want to drive them by creativity, not by task orientation.
Our third and final solution is to reevaluate job design. A big part of the problem in Miranda's office is the confusion. The employees aren't sure what's expected of them and how their roles play into the bigger picture. By reevaluating job design, leadership can give employees a clear understanding of what's expected of them. By conducting a job analysis, it would help them identify with what each role involves and what skills are required. Once that's done, job design can promote future conflict and promote better communication between the managers and teams, because everyone knows their place.
Hello, my name is Victoria Davis, and I will be discussing the best solution that we chose. The best solution for Runway Magazine is to improve its performance management system. Throughout the film, we see repeated issues such as toxic leadership, lack of feedback, and poor communication. These are all direct consequences of ineffective performance management. When employees don't understand what's expected of them and aren't given constructive feedback, they cannot perform at their best. This not only lowers morale, but also stifles creativity and innovation. Performance management is more than just evaluating employees. It is a continuous process that sets clear expectations, provides regular feedback, and aligns individual performance with the organization's overall goals. In the film, Miranda fails to communicate expectations clearly and gives no constructive feedback. As a result, employees are left guessing about their performance, which creates a fear-based work environment instead of one that supports growth. By implementing a structured performance management system, Runway can change this dynamic. Regular feedback meetings, mentorship programs, and transparent evaluation criteria would allow employees to feel valued, supported, and recognized for their contributions. When employees know what success looks like and receive guidance on how to improve, they become more confident, motivated, and engaged in their work. This improvement would also create the foundation needed for other HR initiatives, such as job redesign and training. These strategies can only be effective when employees first understand their roles and feel psychologically safe in their environment. With strong performance management in place, Runway can build a culture of collaboration rather than criticism. It will encourage innovation instead of fear and accountability instead of confusion. Thank you.
So to wrap up our presentation today, the key takeaway we believe from the film The Devil Wears Prada is that most of the problems at Runway Magazine stem from ineffective performance management. The lack of clear expectations, constructive feedback, and open communication creates an environment where employees feel undervalued and afraid to share their ideas. Our group's best solution is to strengthen the performance management system. This means setting clear goals, providing regular and supportive feedback, and connecting each employee's performance to the overall mission of the organization. In doing this, this would help employees understand what success looks like while giving them the confidence to be creative and to take initiative. Beyond that, improving performance management can also lead to stronger relationships between leaders and staff. It could also boost morale and create a culture of collaboration rather than in fear. When employees feel heard, respected, and supported, both creativity and productivity will thrive. Ultimately, fixing the foundation of performance management allows Runway Magazine and really any organization to build a healthier workplace where people want to contribute their best ideas. So thank you all for listening today, and we hope you enjoyed our HR analysis of The Devil Wears Prada.